Hi, Harold Henson here, and this short video is a requirement for Project 1 of the CS50 web programming course that I'm taking from the edx.org. For those of you who know me and have stumbled onto this video, you may think of me as a WordPress guy, but you can see that at 62 I still take lifelong learning seriously. This style of web design that I'm learning here will have huge implications in my line of work, as it will become highly feasible to automate the reporting of economic data. I'm recording this video in November 2018 with a screen capture program known as Kazam, and I'm speaking into a microphone at the same time, so this isn't the traditional video with cell phones, but it allows me to show what's going on the screen at a high level of resolution. So this presentation will start off with a bit of an overview, and then I will go through the course, the project requirements step by step, so you can see that I fulfill them. And then I'll give a brief wrap up. Okay, so the basic setup, I'm running this as pretty much as similar to the online course. There's basically a menu system similar to what you'd get in a lot of apps, but there is what's called a utilities thing. Because these presentations are supposed to be short, I will demonstrate the results by using utilities, which will run the SQL commands that normally would have been run in this window. Okay, so to get this going, basically we got a Flask window down here. I'm going to restart it from scratch for a number of reasons, just so you can see it's running clean and it really is a Flask app. And then I can come over here, go to Home, and then if I click the refresh, it comes up here. That's coming off the book rating system. So I have pretty much everything I need to demonstrate it. You can see the source codes here. I'm not going to go into that detail because that's supposed to be to some degree private. But I will go for the basic routine. Now, we see the users that are already signed on to the database here. There's no U12. So we're going to be Mr. U12 here for the sake of this demo. And if you go in right now, you can see that when the system comes up, you're logged in as guest. Now, and this shows up on the utility page where guest is currently online. Okay, so we're going to go back to the login page and create an account, which is one of the registration is part of the requirement. So we're just going to go U12, and then we're going to go P12, and then we're going to do an add account, and new user added. If we go to Home, we see that you are currently logged in as U12. And to show how dynamic this is, if I go up to the Postgres terminal page, I can just bring up a select star for users and click return, hit return. And you'll see now U12 is now a member of the system, and he's user ID 97. Okay, so one capacity though is you need to be able to log out. So if I click log out, I'm currently logged in as U12. If I click log out, it says bye U12, and I click home again. We see I'm now guest. Now if I click log in, rather than creating an account, I can go to log in. I go to here and click enter U12, and then go to the password for U12, which is P12. Of course, this isn't good security, but this is a demo. And so I click and log in. I get a nice message. I go up to Home, and yes, I'm logged in as U12. Now U12 wants to write a review. I go click write review. Rather than remember all the information for the book, we do have a rudimentary search engine. It's not anywhere near the commercial packages that we see, but it's SQL based. So in using the %sign operator, which you'll see in the source code, and using I-like as the equivalent, I can enter in some scraps of information in lowercase and get list of possible books. And there's only one choice. It's a 5,000 database, and that was provided as part of the course, the CSV file, and you will see an import.py program that can import it. So I just click on this option here, and this brings up a very important feature of the program. It actually creates a dynamic web page. So I go up to write review and then the ISBN, and this is one of the things that makes Flask super cool. I'm U12, so I'm going to enter review. U12 loved this book. In truth, I've never read the book, but this is just a demo. Okay, so I'll just say 5. And if I needed evidence to back me up, I can see what the other users had wrote. And if I go to Goodreads, it gives the average view. So I just do a submit review, and it looks very successful. And so if I go to utilities, I can get a list of what's happened. So we see the last 5 users, U12 is one of them, and the last 5 reviews entered into the review file is, this is the book, and U12 loved this book, as you remember. So that I hope fulfills some of the basic requirements there. And now just the last requirement is that there is a API for this. So if I go up here, I can show how it's demoed. So if I go to this and bring up test API, there is a program that can be run, and it tests the 3 basic cases. So if I just click a run on that, you can see it's using the request library, it's using the local ports, and there's 3 cases. One, a port that doesn't exist, one, a book where the reviews exist, and one where the reviews do not exist. So if I just click run, we can see that it executes the information. So in the case of the Doug Lloyd book, Memory, that I demonstrate here, there's 7 reviews. But if we go to this Norman Mailer book, which is a book I actually really have read, there's no reviews on my database for it. So I actually gave a code 423. That wasn't really covered in the requirements, but you get the codes 200 and 404. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap up. Like I said, this is not on Heroku. This is demonstrated on my local machine. I had to skip over a lot of stuff. I know I'm longer than the 5-minute maximum, so but this is the best I could do. I guess I talk slow. So anyway, this is my submission, and hopefully you'll find this useful.